Alright, first and foremost, I am, all things considered, I'm a very fortunate man, and there are so many people in the world who have it a lot worse than I do, so I don't want anyone to think that I am complaining or feeling sorry for myself or anything of the sort. I am grateful for everything I have, all of the good things I have. So yeah, that's a disclaimer. I want to have that said first and foremost. Now, that all being said, I am a bit tired to say the least. I need to confess. And I'm making this video to respond to a question if it comes up later, if something has happened to me or something like that, since I've been quite productive in terms of video production over the last while, and I will probably not make so many videos for some time now, and that is because I need to take a break. I'm tired after 10 long years under the Damocles sword, and perhaps one sword isn't the best way to explain it, because it's been very many different angles of attack. It's been, 10 years of constantly worrying about from where and when the next attack will come. What sort of bad news will I wake up to today? That's been my situation for, well, almost 10 years, around 10 years now, and it's intensified this year. And yeah, after a while it takes its toll. So I have been, using a good momentum over all of these years, but this year in particular it's been especially bad, and now I feel the accumulated stress over all of these years. It has really been felt. So to give an example, I had for almost a week a while back, this was maybe a month or so ago, I couldn't swallow properly, so I had to drink smoothies. The throat was literally malfunctioning because of stress and anxiety, and a bit of depression as well, I suspect. So I viewed it as a sort of a warning sign, not perhaps the healthiest way. So I said to myself that I need to do something about it before it gets too late. And I've seen so many crash outs from public figures, from content creators over all of these years. So of course I am special in many ways, but still I'm only a human, and I need to learn from the mistakes of others. So I need to check it before it gets worse. So yeah, that's basically it. So I'm all good, all things considered. It's just been many years of a lot of stress, a lot of pressure, constantly worrying about where the next attack will come from. And it's not only about the hits that have actually landed. So absolutely many hits have landed, hit pieces and censorship issues and deplatformings and everything like that, but also the constant threat of a hit landing. So yeah, it's not only the hits that land, it's also the thought of being hit. It's also the thought of what could happen tomorrow. And to give an example, 2 days ago there was a police raid on the very same house I stayed in when I was in Germany, now only 2 weeks ago. So yeah, you saw the pictures, you saw the video perhaps, me being in Germany. That particular house, the very same house, was subject to a police raid 2 days ago, and it had nothing to do with me. It had to do with the fact that 2 young men from there, they had visited Italy to attend the Remigration Summit. So therefore the totalitarian police of Germany, they decided to make a raid and harass them. So it had nothing to do with me, but still it's unpleasant, to put it like that. It's unpleasant to know that bad things like this can always happen. Same thing last month, there was another ban wave on Instagram of German identitarian accounts. My accounts are still up now, but I got such bad memories from that. I thought, I just felt tired, to be honest. It just felt so tiring. I thought we had passed that point now, but just the memory of it, all of these issues with censorship, it just hit me in a very, very bad way. Now, to give another example, I've been, a public figure for, 12 years, maybe 10 years, depending on how we count it, and I'm a very recognizable figure. So wherever I go in the world, people will recognize me. It sounds a bit cocky when I say that, but yeah, it's true. Now always people come up to me and say good work and everything like that, but the knowledge of whenever I am in a public space, I need to be ready to throw down should something happen, because that's the name of the game. Now, I'm not complaining. I've always wanted to be a familiar face. I want people to recognize me. I want people to know who I am. So I'm getting what I wished for. But still, it's something I wanted. It's something I still want. I want people to recognize me and to view me in a positive way. But there are always those who do not like, if you are a public figure, you will always have your detractors. And you never know, so it's never a matter of relaxing in a public space. So, it is what it is. Need to be prepared for whatever, whenever, really. And it's been like that for a long time. Now it is what it is, not the worst, but I'm just giving an example on how, that stress can accumulate. And then, of course, everything else, from being a content creator, political dissident, doing business. If you follow me on Telegram, I usually post about my logistical issues, which is also stress, moving warehouses, dealing with all of that stuff. Being a husband, now of course I have a very nice and beautiful wife, but still, marriage, it's a lot of work. Being a father, especially having a second child, it's a lot of stress, especially since the second cuddle princess is a lot like me, very energetic, very cute and lovable, but a lot of work, so not so much relaxation. So I could go on and on. I don't want to bore you with all of the details, all of the small stuff, but suffice to say, it's been a lot of accumulated stress over a long period of time. So that is why I need to relax a bit. Not that I actually could relax, because there is no stop, there is no pause on the business or on the fatherhood. It's just working a bit less, so that's why you might see fewer videos and might be less active on social media. Now, before getting to my second point of this video, the second thing I want to talk about, I just want to say the following. JD Vance, if you happen to watch this video, or if anyone close to JD Vance, if you could tell him the following. He said in a famous speech a while back that he correctly identified that many European regimes are very totalitarian. Case in point, the German regime or the Belgian regime that sentenced my friend Dries van Langenhoeve to a year in prison for having been part of a group chat where someone posted a meme. So it's beyond parody, it's just straight up tyranny, beyond belief. Anyway, JD Vance said that this is not good, but I also want to say to JD Vance that in my case, the majority of torment, the majority of the pressure of the Damocles sword, it has come from American companies such as Meta or Google, Patreon, whatever it might be. And I just hope that one day I will get some sort of compensation for all of the stress they have put on me. So just want to have that said. I'm not gonna lament it too much, but I also need to call out my tormentors. I also need to call out that it's not been particularly nice. I want to be open and honest with that as well. Need to talk about it, need to mention it, that it's not been particularly fun over all of these years with all of this pressure. So, just having it said. Now, anyway, on to my second thing I wanted to mention before I go on a little break. If I will even go on a break, I have no idea. Perhaps I start feeling better in a week's time and then I get the inspiration to do a video on something. I have no idea. We'll see how it turns out. But if I don't, you know at least why that is. So, anyway, next year we have an election in Sweden, and this is probably the most important election in Swedish history. An election is only that. It's only an election. It will not completely save Sweden, and it will not completely doom Sweden to despair, but you can view it as a battle, which it is, by the way. It's a battle. Politics is war, essentially. So you can view the next election in the following way, that if we get a good result, if we get many votes for the Sweden Democrats, then we will be in a better position to implement positive change for Sweden to become safe, happy and prosperous again, so that people can live normal lives again. Should the Social Democrats win, we are in for a lot of pain, to put it like that. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. We will be in a very bad situation. So you can view the next election as a hill at a battlefield, a strategically important position. A hill on a battlefield. If we manage to get it, we are in a better situation to implement positive change. If we don't get it, if they get it, the forces of chaos and destruction, so the Social Democrats, then we will be in a very bad situation. I will be completely honest. So there's only so much I can do myself, but I have all of my talent. I have a good enough network now that I can actually have an impact on the Swedish election, and the margins, they're so small, especially if you compare to maybe American or German or English standards. It's a very small margin. Maybe 50,000 votes can swing the election. So either Sweden can embark upon a path of rejuvenation to become safe and good again, or it's a continue down into chaos. So a bit more corrupt every year, a bit more violent every year, a bit more taxes every year, a bit worse in every way every year, and that is what's at stake. So I will see what I can do. I will take this summer to meditate. I will think hard on what I can do. I will try to figure out some sort of plan so that we can actually turn this around. So it's a lot at stake, and having 2 daughters of my own, it's quite pressing indeed. I don't want them to grow up in the Sweden we have today. It's absolutely not good. And of course, Sweden is not an isolated case. What happens here, it will have an impact in other European nations, just as what happens in other European nations will have an impact here. So it's all connected, and it's the only struggle, it's the only thing that matters ultimately to gain political power. It's not the only thing, and again, just having a good result in the next election, it will not magically save everything at once, but it will put us in a lot better situation. So I will try to see what can be done so that the Sweden Democrats can get as many votes as possible, and so that good individuals can keep pushing the party in a different direction, because as with any political party, you have a good faction and you have a bad faction. So the good faction is of course fully focused on Sweden and not overly involved in conflicts elsewhere. So anyway, that's a topic for another time. I just wanted to have it said that we do have a year or so to come up with something. So yeah, I will think of something, a good strategy to optimize our chances of putting ourselves in a better situation. So anyway, that was my rambling for the day. I just wanted to say that. So nothing in particular has happened, just 10 years of constant stress and pressure, and this year has really pushed it over the top with a big mistake in getting a house still in a bad situation like that. So yeah, that pushed it over the top, and I need to look inwards to regain my thumos and joy, because I don't want to engage politically when I'm in a bad state mentally. I need to be white-pilled, because ultimately the core of my teaching is that what you think you can do is actually what you can do, and you don't want to do anything with a black-pilled mindset. So I need to first get in a better state of mind before I can successfully do anything. So that all being said, I will keep posting on social media, probably write some book reviews, try to do some calligraphy, do some painting, do some stuff like that. And yeah, I can't take it easy, of course, because business and fatherhood and everything like that, but I might not be so active with video making. Now, if you are a greatly wealthy supporter and you would like to help out, do reach out to me. It would be much appreciated. And for everyone else, if you want to support me, the best way is to subscribe to The Greatest Podcast, which I will keep posting every month, by the way. You can also place an order on legiogloria.com. So anyway, I wish you all a prosperous and joyous summer ahead, and I will see you when I will see you. XOXO. Boom.